This is massive for the Flames' future. The Flames have a serious issue at the center position as it is unbelievably thin going forward. Well, we are all going to get a sneak peek at one solution at the upcoming IIHF World Hockey Championships, and it has fans very excited. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and let's talk about our future at center. No, not the rapper Future. I do love his music, but we're talking about the future of the Flames at the center position, and we do get a little bit of a sneak peek starting on Friday, as that is when the world starts. So, Sammy Honzek at center. The Calgary Flames could see a sneak peek during the World Championship. It's no secret the Flames are thin on centers. Could Sam Honzek, who most envision as a long-term left winger, have a future at the pivot position? This is a great article from Wes Gilbertson, so all credit due to him. But it's kind of funny. It's very reminiscent of last year during this time when we said the exact same thing about Martin Pospisil. Now, Pospisil, it hasn't really worked out. He doesn't have much of a future at the center position. He's more so a guy who can be thrown in at center, but he was all over the lineup for the Flames last season. Kind of a down season, to be honest. Most fans weren't too thrilled with his performance, but Honzek, who obviously busted and had a great training camp, a great preseason last year, and then wasn't able to stick with the team, has a chance, as this year he'll have an even better chance to make the team out of training camp once again, and maybe he'll stick, and maybe he has a chance to see it at the center position. So, Sammy Honzek hopes with a stellar showing at the World Championship tournament that he can start to build his case to be a full-timer with the Calgary Flames next season, regardless of the position. The 20-year-old forward also is aiming in his first appearance with Slovakia's senior national team to showcase why he should be on the roster to represent his country at the 2026 Winter Olympics. So he has a lot to play for. This isn't, kind of meaningless hockey for him. Not only does he want a medal, but he really wants to perform and show what he's made of. Could the next couple of weeks alter exactly where Honzek, who was a first-round draft pick in 2023, fits on the Flames' future depth chart? It's a good question. It really is. Thank you, Mr. Gilbertson, for kind of patting your own back there, saying it's a good question. But it is true. I talked to the GM of the Slovak national team, and he said I might have to play center, Honzek revealed after his exit interview with the AHL's Calgary Wranglers. So that is going to be definitely a big challenge for me, but I think I can handle it. Wouldn't that be a welcome wrinkle for the Flames? Let's say he is lights out at this tournament, plays so well at center, he's gonna have to be given a shot to play at center on a team that has, well, Backlund and Kadri, Morgan, Frost, and after that, I think there's pretty much an open position. Even any of those three, you could take a second-line center job easily on the Calgary Flames next year. So maybe there's a chance Honzek is the guy who just slides right in. It would definitely be a welcome wrinkle. It's well documented that the organization is short on centers, especially in the 25 and under range, that they are targeting to form the nucleus for an eventual contender. Their top two pivots, leading scorer Kadri and captain Michael Backlund, already are in their mid-30s, and there are not any sure things in the prospect pipeline. That is 100% true. As I said before, Frosty is essentially, he's a center, but he can be thrown around kind of anywhere. He's probably our best face-off guy, which is very interesting. Kadri for sure, Backlund for sure while they're here, but they're not here forever, so it might be time to start developing some of the guys we already have at that crucial position. Could Honzek, a potential power forward presence at 6'4" and 195 pounds, be part of the solution at this crucial position? Most envision him as a long-term left winger, but he played a fair bit of both as a rookie in the minors and skates well enough to handle the extra responsibilities up the middle. He's a great player. Yes, he still needs to develop quite a bit. We know that firsthand after what happened at the beginning of this year's NHL season, but he was pretty solid with the Wranglers, obviously not getting any top minutes or anything, but he was solid, the development's going well, and we could see him, who knows, sneak in at the center position, and not only sneak in, but play well. People love his size. The fans love his size. They would love to see him used more. It could just happen. The future of the center position maybe isn't the best right now, but it definitely could be in the future, especially after this year's draft as well, with a couple of first rounders. Now, speaking of the Worlds, let's talk about them a little bit more and talk about why they matter for the Calgary Flames. We know who's representing, but it's still good to go over it quite a bit. So the pre-tournament games for this year's IIHF World Championship have officially wrapped up, with Canada shutting out Hungary 6-0 in Budapest on Tuesday. National teams will now head to either Stockholm, Sweden, or Herning, Denmark for the main tournament, which begins Friday. Yes, if you want to see some of your actual Flames in action, they do play Friday. I don't know exactly which countries, but the tournament begins Friday. The Flames have several representatives across various men's national teams, each looking to make a mark on the international stage, whether they're auditioning for future roles. Oh, funny you say that. Maybe that's about Honzek. And of course, contracts, or simply playing for national pride. As a quick refresher, here's a breakdown of which Flames players are showcasing their talents at this year's Worlds. I can't remember who wrote this article, but thank you for doing it. So for Canada, we have MacKenzie Weegar playing in the D-Corps for the Canadians. Zane Parekh, who played pre-tournament games only and played very well. We also have Ryan Huska on the coaching staff, which is awesome. Love seeing that chrome dome from one bald head to another. I love seeing a bit of Husk on the bench. For Sweden, we've got Rasmus Andersson and Captain Michael Backlund. Be so exciting to see the Swedish connection there. And of course, for Czechia, we have Dan Vladar and Adam Klapka, a couple of our bigger guys. Hopefully Vladar can really get some minutes in. I don't think he's slated as the number one, but Klapka should have a great role on there. It's always exciting to watch him play hockey. And then as we talked about earlier in the video, Slovakia has Sammy Honzek. So, Sam Honzek suited up for one pre-tournament game with Slovakia, skating on the line with Dalibor Dvorsky and Martin Trollmiak in an 8-1 rout of France. Honzek didn't register any points. So, wasn't exactly the best pre-tournament game for him, but he should still get a decent little role. For Sweden, Rasmus Andersson played in 2 of the team's 3 pre-tournament games. He scored once against fellow Flame Dan Vladar, of course, in Sweden's 4-2 win over Czechia. No Rasmus stare down followed the goal. Thank you for being a good guy, Rasmus. Flames captain Michael Backlund didn't appear in any of Sweden's pre-tournament games, but he is expected to be in the lineup for the main tournament, which is great to see. If you managed to catch either of Canada's pre-tournament games, you probably benefited from understanding German or Hungarian. That's what they were broadcasting. Still, language wasn't necessary to appreciate Flames prospect Zane Parekh in action, because I know that's what a lot of people care about, was how did Zane do in those pre-tournament games. Parekh suited up with Team Canada for the pre-tournament matchups only, but he made the most of his opportunity. In front of Flames head coach Ryan Huska, Parekh notched 2 assists in 2 games, not too bad, and looked sharp throughout. While he won't play in the main tournament, just being around a roster that includes Sidney Crosby, Nathan MacKinnon, and comparable to those two, MacKenzie Weegar, is an invaluable experience for a young player like Parekh. So true. Speaking of Weegar, this tournament may feel personal after his omission from Canada's Four Nations face-off roster. He played in just 1 pre-tournament game but registered an assist on Travis Konechny's goal during that 6-0 win over Hungary. Weegar is expected to be a key piece of Canada's blue line during the tournament. Yes, he is a great player, obviously. Could have been the replacement for Pietrangelo in the Four Nations. Wasn't. It ended up being Thomas Harley, which I think Canadians can appreciate. But yes, it's so true. Seeing Weegs with that Maple Leaf on will be very special. It's too bad Parekh won't go in, but who knows? Maybe with an injury or someone deciding they don't want to play as much, Parekh could go in, which would be great to see. Overall, it should be a very, very exciting tournament. Like I said, it kicks off on Friday. Now, let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video. Love this comment here. It's about Dustin Wolf and his Calder Memorial Trophy nomination. And the comment comes from good old Roy. And Roy said, it's all good. We know Wolf is a winner in our hearts. Reflexes of a ninja. Yes, he's got those cat-like reflexes. Makes him so exciting to watch. But it is true. Even if Wolf doesn't win the Calder Trophy, we know he's a winner. He is the winner in our hearts. We know how valuable he is. And we know he is the Rookie of the Year, no matter what the voters end up choosing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe what you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.